from Malmaison. I just wanted to jump on. I've been asked a few different times to do this, so here we are. I am, as I said, the founder of Malmaison. I started the business in 2003, so yeah, we're getting up there. We're a bit old. And today I'm actually coming to you from our warehouse. Our warehouse is set up in 3 sections, so I'm standing in our little pop-up shop area. So when we do have people come in and when we're advertising a pop-up, this is where we are. On the other side of us, which I'll show you next time, is our warehouse and where we do our packaging and get everything ready to go. So thank you so much for joining me. It just means so much to me that you're here. After being in business since 2003, it's wonderful that I can still, connect with you all. So when we started in 2003, our business was in a little town in central Victoria called Castlemaine, an old gold rush town. And we actually opened a physical store there. And it was so fantastic because we got to connect with people. Now we are just purely online. We closed our physical bricks and mortar store in 2010, and we've kept going online since. We have been in the online space since 2006, so it's just amazing that we've actually been, online in this world for such a long time. One of the things that I really love is that we have customers that have shopped with us since 2003, and that brings us a lot of joy. They now shop with us online, and thank you for their love. And yeah, it's just a really great, thing to be able to connect with customers the way we do. And the other reason for me joining you today is to share a little bit about why. Why did Malmaison start? A French homewares business in central Victoria at the time, but now we service obviously thousands of customers all over Australia, New Zealand, and a little bit overseas, but generally Australia and New Zealand, or mainly Australia, is our market. So why did we start? There's a saying which you may be familiar with called joie de vivre, which is a French saying for the joy of life. And I feel that in Australia, we do this really, really well. We actually live life and enjoy being with our friends and family and getting together in the simple surroundings of our home. And that's why I started this physical store, so that I could bring items which I had enjoyed using in France myself, which were everyday pieces, really good quality, and something that you would potentially, go on to use for decades. I actually have customers that, email us and they say, oh, we've had the B wine glasses for 20 years and we've, been giving them as gifts every year, but now we'd like to add, other pieces. So that's a reason behind, because I think we love, as Australians, we love to entertain in our homes, and we love to entertain our friends and family, and we sit around the table, sit around the fire pit, we sit in our lounge and we share moments together. It could be enjoying beautiful food, a glass of wine, a cup of tea on a Sunday with our friends, and we are creating beautiful moments, but also beautiful memories for our future. And that is what I wanted Malmaison to do. I wanted it to bring beauty into other people's homes, and for them to realize this can actually be quite simple. It doesn't have to be, some grandiose thing. The other thing that used to happen all the time in our shop, and we get emails or little DMs into our socials every now and again. I just don't know where to start, and I can't get it all at once. And that's the wonderful thing about, I'm just going to wave to a few people. Thank you so much for joining me. I just think it's really important to know that you can start with one piece. It could be, we've sold, and we're one of the biggest stockists of La Rochère glassware, as you know. And you know, you can start with one set of, you know, B flutes or Perigord wine glasses, and then you add on to that later. You might get a beautiful new dinner set, or you might get some lovely French cutlery. It just expands and goes on and on from there. And over time, you layer up something which is really beautiful for your own entertaining table. So that's the reason I wanted to jump on. If you've got any questions, please shout out or send us a DM. Next time, we're going to try and do this every Friday. And, you know, I might use that opportunity to show you some new products that have arrived, or, you know, give you a little bit of a tour around our space here. Oh, one thing I did want to mention is that now we are still in Castlemaine, but we are located in an area called the Salvage Yard, and we have our beautiful setup here and our warehouse in this space. And for local people, we have just launched our local pickup. So if you want to, you can organise to come in and pick up from us locally now, which makes it a little bit easier. We also advertise our pop-ups. So we've had a pop-up for Christmas, and we had a pop-up in our warehouse for Easter, and we will open up before Mother's Day. And that will be a whole other thing that I'll speak to you about, because that is an interesting time for many people, and we want to honour those mums, all the mums in our lives. Anyway, I'll make sure that this little thing goes live, and please reach out, send us DMs if you've got a question, and also if there's something that you would like us to show you here in a little bit more depth. You know, some people send us emails and DMs and they say, oh, I'm just not really sure what that glassware looks like, or what that cushion is like, or what does it mean when you put a feather insert in, you know, how that's different to a polyfiller. If you want us to show you those things, you know, please reach out, and we will bring that online for you and show you, so you can see the detail a little bit more, because you're investing in things that are for your, you know, entertainment at home, or just for your own enjoyment at home. And if you need a little bit more information, we're here to help. It's part of, as we said, why we started Malmaison in 2003. We wanted to bring, you know, long-term beauty into your homes. So thank you so much for being here with me today. It's been so lovely. I'm going to give a bit of a wave. I'm a Brownies. There we go. Mama's Tiny, North Beverly, Shaz MC811, and all the other people that joined for us briefly. Thank you for the love, and I can't wait to get back on board next week, and we'll do a live for you then. And any questions that you send us in the meantime, we'll organise and come back to you. Thanks so much, and hopefully I could get this live to work properly and more quickly in the future. Lots of love. Bye.